gosh. That bunk room's like, it's crazy. We gotta keep that shut until we actually need to view that. Like, it's crazy.
Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV. You may have noticed we have a little bit of a special guest today. I am super happy to introduce you to Mr. Cohen from Cohen's RV World.
Hi.
This kid's gonna put me out of business one day. Seriously, he's teaching me about RVs over here. I've been doing this for 16 years. How old are you?
I'm 11.
So he's just a natural. He's just a natural at this. But he's gonna help me go through this new Ozark today. This is a crazy cool new floor plan. Cohen's reaction was not like forced or false in the beginning of this. They've come up with a legit private rear room for the kids on a rainy day where you could be like, kids, go to your room. And they're gonna be like, okay. The biggest problem with this is going to be getting the kids out of the room. They have their own opposing slides, full depth slides with these giant beanbag chairs where, Cohen can do the atomic elbow drop from the top rope on me over there. And, give me the 1, 2, 3 count, but also their own projection screen TV, which can just move out of the way and create a amazing rear window viewing situation. But this also has an all-new bunk system that I think they had MoreRide put together for them that I've never seen before. And it's one of the easiest operating bunks. And when it goes away, it really goes away. So you can use the back room of this for so many things. Now, the other thing is there's so many other cool qualities on Ozarks. Like, they're 7 foot tall. Now, Cohen, you're obviously 7 foot tall.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm up here.
Yep, there you go. So, headroom in the shower won't be a problem. We have a king bed. We have awesome window coverage. This floor plan, the kitchen and the storage is absolutely insane. And we are really excited to go through and show this thing for you. Like any RV, it's got ups and it's got downs. But like one of the only problems with this thing is that its greatest assets, its greatest liability, it is long and strong and down to get the camping on right there. And it's going to need probably a 3/4 ton vehicle or something to move it around. But short of that, this thing slaps harder than Will Smith at the Oscars, man. And I have to apologize. So I'm going to have to go through this much faster than I normally would, which is probably music to some of your ears anyway. Basically, I'm at this big open house display where all the new RVs are being shown. I run around separately from the rest of my team, but all my big executive guys just shot me a text, said, hey Josh, we need you in Middlebury, Indiana at 6:30 for a meeting. Well, it's currently 5:30. And where I'm at is half hour away from that. And my videos usually take an hour and a half cold to record. So I am going to be painfully short on time, and I'm going to have to move at a vastly more abbreviated pace here. So like we've seen the kitchen once, let's just open it up and see it the second time right now. I do love this. I love this. So this is what I call the pull-out perfect pantry. If you notice inside of this, these are adjustable and or removable shelves because you've got that kind of pegboard backer. And if you want to reset where those are located, you can adjust those things. And I like it when the storage comes to you, they are somewhat inconsistent with that because the storage above the refrigerator is insanely deep. You're actually probably going to want to come up with something that helps you bring the storage up to you when you are done with it. And it's funny because this refrigerator kind of looks small, but this is a one of the 10 plus cubic foot variety 12 volt fridges. And it looks small because this RV has a 7 foot ceiling and they utilized the extra height they could apply into the slide out as a result. So it's not just the windows that make this thing look big. It literally just is bigger. And like, what did I run into? I ran into the pantry door behind me. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to move so fast here. I know this is not my best work I've ever done, but it might be decent for comic relief. I'm not sure. They have a lot of overhead cabinet doors like this, but they are the gravity drop variety, as it were. You've also got some very respectable campside window coverage here. And this one doesn't have quite as much counter space and window coverage over here as some of their other models. They have variations of this applied through several of their floor plans, but it's because with the way this one laid out, they had to actually put your bathroom over here, which kind of ate into some of the potential window and or counter space. Real quick though, let me get you over here. Let's talk about cooking because some folks might like this and some folks might hate it. I just want to be real about it. We've got a 3-burner stovetop up top that's propane powered. Down below, we have a convection air fryer microwave. That's electric, and it's not 12-volt electric. That's 110. So if you want to operate that sucker, the only way you're really going to do it is by either having a generator on the RV or by having it plugged into shore power. I did not mean to slam that. My apologies. Good drawer space in here, and this is another one of those things, you know, some of the more difficult storage, they kind of make easily accessed and brought to you. But look in the, well, you have a double pantry here, a double pantry. The right-hand one, as you can tell, have adjustable and removable shelves, but they leave the bottom space open down here. Maybe that would be good for like, oh, a shoe closet or something like that. This is now, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 pantries in this. Just occurred to me. Holy crap, dude. I love the baskets on the back of this one, though. That is some really fantastic storage. And in case you're curious, the fireplace does not heat into the pantry. The fireplace blows the hot air outside. That's literally its entire job. But under this entire, like, almost, you know, L sofa, this giant mega lounge that they have, you also have all these food safe totes. I think that's close to 16 cubic foot of food safe storage right there. So if you actually keep some, I don't know, some graham crackers or something in this, like the heat pollution that can happen from a plastic container won't contaminate your food. And that can fold down, I don't even know, like close to an 8-foot long sleeper. So if you actually have, you know, I don't know, mixed guests, not just a kid bunkhouse, but if you have, maybe you invite some friends and their kids, you know, the friends maybe have an extra space to sleep back here. Let me give you a little bit of a second angle on this. I'm like short of breath because I got myself panicked thinking, oh my God, I got to hurry this up. And then I'm thinking about how bad I'm doing because I'm going too fast. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm just being stupid. Let's take a look here in the bathroom. This is a single bath model. It's not a giant bathroom, but take a look up at the shower. I think this is brilliant. They have no skylight. And normally I wouldn't say that, but it's 7 foot tall. Very few people actually needed to have a skylight for headroom, which is why most skylights are there. But they've got the Tron Lightsaber Fusion Blade glow beam. It's probably some combination of all those words, so that you can actually still see in here and take a shower. It is a rectangular shower. The toilet space looks kind of tight. I was pleasantly surprised, though. I had surprisingly decent enough space to get around that thing. I really expected that to be far, far worse than it was. But I do think it's high time we get back to where we teased you when the video began, and I gotta get Cohen back here into this bunk room. So now as we move back here into the bunk room, I once again need to enlist the services of my friend, young Mr. Cohen. Look at that. So Mr. Cohen over here, he has been kind enough to actually even kick off his shoes. Yes. This kid was raised right, I tell you what. So first of all, let me swing around. What do you think of this right here, guy? I need you to speak up, by the way.
The bean bags are actually like super comfy. I have one at my house. These are practically more comfier than that.
No kidding.
And the couches are super comfy as well.
Do you know how tall you are, buddy?
4 foot, 5 foot something.
Okay. Can you like lay across that sort of sofa thing down there so that
I can stretch across this?
So there you go. So yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have, you know, kids at home, they're going to be able to fit on this. And obviously the upper bunk is the same size. But do you know what I call this, Mr. Cohen?
Versa bunk?
That's probably the actual name for it, but I call it move bunk, get out the way. And there you have it. That's the move bunk, get out the way. Now, one of the other cool things is, what if you are a little bit bigger than Mr. Cohen? Mr. Cohen, go ahead and jump right on down there. There you go.
Super comfy. I went on a camping trip in a Forest River X-Lite recently, and there was a couch in here that had this. I slept on it, slept very comfortably.
That's awesome. So that is also sized as, I believe, a Camp Queen. I believe that's a 60 by 74 bed, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Mr. Cohen, what's on that wall across from you over here?
This one or this one?
Well, yeah, right over there. That one that you're looking at.
So this is USB, and then there's USB-C chargers.
Light
switch for it, and then this is where the bed will rest. And this is like a pull down, push it back in, pull out, down, back in, I think.
So what this does here, ladies and gentlemen, you might notice that gas strut system on this. It actually moves in an elliptical fashion. So when a lot of bunks that flip up normally, they fold up and they rest at a 45-degree angle, and this one goes all the way to the slide ceiling. But you know what I thought about, Mr. Cohen? What if you're not going to need all that sleeping space? One of the cool things here is if you remove that mattress, that can now be a drop-down drawer for Crocs, socks, and undies. So that actually could be a lot of storage space.
And you put the Josh RV nerd undies in there too.
Which is funny. I actually do have underwear. You are correct, Mr. Cohen. You are well educated, sir. But look at what's going on here behind Mr. Cohen.
A projector screen with a remote. And it's got all the cool features. It's got AirPlay, a calculator, because like if you're in here, like this is like, as Josh was saying earlier, if you send the kids in here, it's hard to get them out because they've got everything on here. They've got movies, they've got AirPlay, they've got music, they've got everything. Because
this is a smart projector, so you can actually hook this up to things like Wi-Fi sources. You like if you got a Netflix account, you can watch your Netflix back here. And like my nephews are super busy little bodies, and if they come over, I have to turn a movie on to get them to sleep. Otherwise, can you do me a favor? Pull out a couple of these totes down here so we can show people just how many total totes are down here? I'm counting 10, 11 of them.
I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 11 of them.
Holy cow.
And
now,
if you make like a half one, you can kind of stick it in there.
Now, one thing I am noticing, Mr. Cohen, I always try to look for things that might get me tripped up on a camping trip.
Ooh.
You see where this converter box is located? When you're doing your RV videos, keep an eye on that, because that thing right there, some people don't like it back in the kids' room because they don't want the kids to fiddle with it.
Yes.
And think about what happens if this slide out closes.
It's got clearance, but not that much.
But can you get back to it if the slide's over the door?
No, you cannot.
So that could be a problem. So that's something that some folks are going to want to think about and consider when they're looking at this. Now, in the meantime, all of the Versa bed and bunk situation that we saw over here a second ago exists on this side, but allow me to clean up the view for you. So once again, doing our size now, got Mr. Cohen clambered himself up there. He fits much more easily than I do. I may have to start bringing you on staff, buddy. You are excellent at this, by the way. But another thing that I'm kind of noticing is there's different ways that you can use these. The other thing is that's not bolted to the floor. So if you wanted to take these cushions out, and if you wanted to make that bunk go all the way up to the ceiling to get out of the way, this would be perfect as an office.
It would. You could stick a desk or a dresser down here, stick maybe a chair down there. You can do all your work. I preferably would use it for my editing on my channel, which would be really nice.
That takes lots of time, doesn't it?
It does. It takes lots of time. And if you've got a projector screen which you can play music on, that would help as well.
Now, real quick, we talked about that projector just so that you can see what we're talking about here. Actually, Mr. Cohen, what if somebody doesn't want a projection screen on the back of this? What would they do with it?
So, let me show you.
Yeah, careful there, buddy.
Yeah, let me just hop down through here. Well, easy to swing down also. So, you just pull down and it goes back up.
And there you have it. Now it's gone. Now we just have a big breeze window. I got to tell you, buddy, come over here. You absolutely rock. You are born for this, my guy. Yeah. All right, let's go find your mom. Let's go. And one last detail back here. Obviously with the projection screen, you got to keep like all the window curtains pulled and everything. And we have all the ceiling lights off. The only lighting we've had during this part of the video has been the indirect accent lighting above the slides. So here's what it looks like without lights. And here's what it looks like with the lights on. It obviously makes a heck of a difference. And I am actually surprised as to how well I can still see that TV back there. Working our way forward here, I apologize. I have not reset the lounge into a seating position the way that I would like to. By the way, you see this guy, the scarecrow-looking fella there on the left. That's Mr. Nick, and he's an absolute genius, I think, at RV design, coming up with crazy, crafty new things right here. So if there's something that he's done here that you like, leave him a note. Let him know that he's done a good job. If there's a way that he could improve, also leave him a note. He has been so good about feedback. I mentioned that converter box to him. I took a pause from the video real quick, and I was like, Nick, that's potentially a problem. The kids could mess with the fuses. If it's cold and you push the slide button and a fuse pops, you're SOL. And I won't tell you what that stands for because I can't even spell SOL, so I don't really know. And he goes, got it. I'll figure it out. He made a note right there. And every time I've done something like that, he is, well, and I speak in extremes. Nearly every time I've said something like that, he's found a solution for it. Every now and then there's a tricky thing that isn't super easy to solve for, but overall he does well. Electric space heat and Tootsie Toaster down here. No vents in the floor either. This is very, very simple, easy cleaning. I love this. Actually what I was doing earlier, I just kind of set my umbrella there, but that could be a remote control holder. We got a little space to put some keys or something like that. Like, that's kind of handy. Oh, have you ever just had your phone playing something and just plugged it into the TV? A place to just set your phone down? Okay, I see you. I can see that working. We also have, they call it a king bed. I haven't hard measured it. I think it's 70 by 80 if I'm looking at this. It might be 66 by 80 Olympic Queen. I'm not sure exactly. Getting you up inside here, they've done a nice job of giving us some good breeze windows. And there is more storage around this corner than you actually realize. Let me get you up in here. So we've got 3 shelves that are all the same size and depth. What's going to be easiest for me, I think, is if I take this thing and I go, Miss Piggy, hi-ya! Oop, I knocked the camera. I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry. You get the idea. There's some big storage space in there. They've maintained their ventless flooring through the entire RV. You do have heat ducted back into the bunk room and into the bedroom. I want to mention that because I have seen oversight design floor plans that do not include heat venting in the bedroom or the bunk room. Obviously, that's a problem. I really like how through the living room, the bunk room, and the bedroom, look at all the indirect accent lighting they have. They have indirect accent lighting under the overhead cabinet. They have it all around the slide box. They have it under the side wardrobes. Like, they've done a good job of that. And basically, anywhere you're going to sit or sleep, they've done a good job of giving us some power outlet solutions that a lot of brands just are not fantastic about. Now, because it's 7 foot tall, Uncle Gary could probably hang a sundress in this thing and be just awful fine. Your overhead cabinets, there is good storage in here, but it is, again, the gravity drop variety. So you're going to have to basically literally crawl up and stand on the bed to get in there, but it's storage. You know, it did not go to waste. One other thing here, before we close it up for road mode, taking a look at the storage down here under the bed. You might notice it's practically absurdly sized. First of all, I love these totes. They act like a dresser with a little flip-flop shop shoe garage down below it. But let me ask you this. And this sounds, I feel dirty saying this. Is the pass-through storage too big? And I ask that because it creates these insanely deep side stands, which prevent you from kind of walking around the bed more easily. Would you like this a little bit better if the front pass-through storage was a little bit smaller and allowed for better walk-around space, or should they keep it exactly as they've done? I'd be really curious to know what you think there, actually. Lights off, total, oh, I forgot the fireplace. Lights off, total road mode. You get the idea. This one actually has really painfully limited travel access. From the door, you can get to your primary kitchen spaces, but that's about it. Yo, Hunter, let's see it, buddy. Flex it up. Yeah, show us that bowling arm. If you guys haven't checked him out, make sure you do. The RV Hunter, great guy. Sorry, we get along. Like, people, what do you think about that other RV content creator? Dude, we get along. Like, what, we're big goofballs. He's just another Midwestern boy. We get along great. Now, looking the other direction from the entry door, the bathroom door, the bunks, everything is blocked. This is an RV that rocks when you get there, but it's not the most functional on the way. I'm okay with that, though. I'm not going to take this on a big, long cross-country tour, but maybe you are. I don't know. Maybe this is helpful. If it is, leave us a note. Let us know. Thanks. And I gotta run. I'm so sorry. All right. So like I said when the video started, I described this as a Sir Mix-a-Lot rig that's long, strong, and down to get the camping on. It's got about 8,600 pounds of dry weight. That's the thing with Ozarks. They're taller. They bring a few more features to the table. And as a result, they bring a few more pounds to the table, kind of like my waistline. One of the things they do here, though, like, it was a little tight around the bed up front, obviously, but look at the ridiculous storage inside this thing. Like, we got backpacks and batteries. and they look small inside here. It's huge. We've got the, in a way, it's like double solar prepped. We're prepped for solar on the side, as well as the ability to option on a 200-watt solar package. Now we're looking at the conventional skin on this. If I'm not mistaken, there's also the Summit edition, which is a fiberglass package. Still doing Summit, fellas? Yes, have confirmation. We still have the option for the Summit. Ascent, not Summit, Ascent, that's right. The other word that means going up a mountain. You're correct. All right, I got it wrong, obviously. What is? I don't think Summit Edition is ever a thing. What kind of idiot would have come up with the name Summit Edition anyway? What we do have is Dad's medicine cabinet out here for the bottled water and the barley pop. And, oh good, I guessed correctly. I wasn't really looking at the hinge here. That's more of the taller college kid fridge variety. Now that is a, it's a 110 fridge. That's not 12 volt like the fridge inside. So that one does not operate in transit. One of the things I have noticed on several Ozark models, their awning space is not the biggest, not by a stretch, but it's because they've put such an emphasis on windows that, like, you know, between the window and the baggage door, they couldn't move the awning arm any further forward, and they pretty much put it back here all the way that they could. We have our tankless on-demand water heater on this floor plan that is actually kind of forced over onto the camp side of the RV. There's no good way to get away from that because there's no space on the other side of the RV to, like, you know, bury it into a wall where that doesn't go. Now this retro conventional, well, the standard tin skin, it's anything but conventional. Notice how it's got not the super shiniest skin on it. That's because it actually has an anti-scratch coating on it. So if you are pulling this into a park or anything with low-hanging tree branches and they like to rake their way down the side, it's not impossible, but it is a lot harder for it to leave a nasty, lasting mark. We do have a walkable roof. We just don't have a standard ladder. Just prep for one. Now, I would love to back up and give you a wider angle look at this thing, but there is no room back here to do that. I had to climb over and parkour over a camper tongue jack just to get you back here. But if we look under this rack and pinion slide, you can see that the other slide is also rack and pinion. The other thing that I noticed, this is a single sewer outlet camper. You know, because the bathroom and the kitchen, they're all kind of like right up in the middle of the RV, they were able, it looks like, to cross plumb everything together, which really is how you want it anyway. So once again, everybody, seriously, big thank you to Cohen over here. This kid, what he did for me today is he reminded me that this is supposed to be fun. I've been putting in a lot of work. This is like day 6 of me recording 6 or 8 videos a day, and it's starting to feel like work. And he reminded me that it's supposed to just be about camping, man. So, dude, thank you. And seriously, I'm going to leave a link down in the description. Go check out Cohen's RV World. And seriously, he can teach you so much more than me. So thank you again, buddy.
You're welcome.
Check out the links to the video description for pricing and availability. We'll see you next time. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. So, I seriously want to give a big special thanks to Cohen here. I've been recording videos since Friday night. It's currently Wednesday night. I've been doing 8 to 12 videos every day. This is one of the few times it hasn't rained on me, but it did rain this morning. I've had wet, soggy feet the entire time, and it's really hard to do these videos when a bunch of other people are running around the display, but that's why they're here. I don't fault them for that. The thing is, it makes it really not fun and annoying after a while. And I was kind of starting to just not have a good time, you know? And then I met Cohen, and I bumped into him. And he reminded me of the most important thing I ever learned doing this. It's just supposed to be fun. And that kid pulled me out of my funk like you wouldn't believe. He said I made his day, he made my day. So Cohen, dude, thank you. I cannot wait for you to replace us because you are incredible. See you, buddy, and everyone else, have a good day.